So on my TikTok, I was talking. Well, I was talking about how low key whenever I see videos of, like married people, like vlogs and stuff, or mainly whenever I see it, it's like for short form content. Content is like a psychological horror film most of the time. Like, and I wanted to kind of elaborate, because I don't think every married couple. Like, I saw the one example that's coming to my mind right now, is like this Egyptologist couple. You know, I don't get those vibes. I don't really get much vibes from them at all. I don't feel scared of them, basically. Like, not scared of them, but like, also, this is not my last name. If you try to look up Ava Lee, it's not gonna be me. I just want to put that out there. What's so because I feel like a lot of people now are just getting married for the plot, like and like weddings, especially, like when people get married and then they post content, like it's like why the experience of doing acid is just coming up for me, like it's like cool, but then the calm down is crazy, and sometimes it's like really sad for like weeks, versus like being in a relationship. And I think it's the fact that it's like a legal obligation. It's like, why? Literally, why? And like, you just live in a house and then that's the rest of your life. It's like, bro. And I'm not against monogamy. Like, me personally, I'm not into polyamory. It's not even about that. It's just like, that's not for me. Like, not that, like, people can do whatever they want, you know what I mean? But for me personally, it's not really my cup of tea. I feel like that would stress me the fuck out. So yeah, and like, I'm very much into, like, you know, being committed to someone. And not committed, but like being like in a relationship, like cool. But whenever it comes to marriage specifically, people getting these big ass blood diamonds on their fingers and just living out their vivarium fantasy, like, it's freaky as fuck to me. And if you guys have never seen Vivarium, is this married couple, and they go, oh, it's so, I think this is literally why I feel this way. Like, I think it's what unlocked this feeling inside of me. This couple is house hunting in the suburbs. I'm getting scared just talking about this shit, cause it's so freaking freaky. This married couple goes to the suburbs, and they're like, why do I feel like a part of you dies whenever you get married? Like, dude. Okay, so this couple is going to look for houses. Spoiler alert. If you want to watch it, let me just tell y'all where you can go watch this. In case you want to pause, watch it, and then come back, and we can have a little chat about it. What's so hard you work? Okay. You can watch it on you watch it on Tubi, and then some other places, but I don't want to hype up a subscription for those other places. And I'm pretty sure Tubi is free anyway, so why? I don't really know. Hold on. What's so hard you work? Yeah, isn't it like completely free? We're more than a free girl. And they got Coraline, girl. Yes, they got a lot of good Halloween a lot of like the recognized Halloween movies. Oh, they got the Addams Family, the original Addams Family show. They got Scooby Doo, Bust Down. They got Hot Ones. They got Ryan Trahan, Mr. Beast, Sam and Colby. Girl, they got hella stuff. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so now we're gonna talk about the film. So they're being led out to the house that they're looking at by this guy, and then he just dips out like at some point. Like he like lets him look at the house, but then like he like scurries away. You know what I mean? And then they're like, dude, where did he go? And then they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just leave. Like, you know what I mean? And it also reminds me of fucking Midsummer, and it reminds me of Mother. Anyway, in Mother, I don't even remember what happened in that movie. I just remember I saw it. And the second I walked out, I was like, it just left me with a feeling. Like, I couldn't even remember shit. I just felt. Anyway. So yeah, and then we went, not we, goodness gracious, and then they tried to leave, and they couldn't, like, it just ended up, like, they were driving, it would just take them in circles, like, it was like From, if you've ever watched that show, you can get a free trial on MGM and watch the whole thing in, like, just a few days. Really excited for the 3rd season, I think, anyway, but yeah, it was basically, like, From, like, you legit could not leave. If you like you could drive, but like it wouldn't take you anywhere. And then they like, at one point they like tried to like dig their way out, and then at one point they had a son, but he was like delivered in a box, and he was like low-key a computer, and it was fucking scary because he would just like screech and shit. And yeah, and I haven't watched the movie in a while, but I think she ended up taking out her husband or something at the end, but don't quote me on that, I don't really remember. And then also, but yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of Us, but it kind of doesn't. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, but it kind of does, because it's like, do people who are married, do they actually, and then you hear all this stuff about marriage is hard and treacherous, like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, no shit, it's hard. Like, the psychological implications of legally binding yourself to another human being is probably not that fucking great. Like, and you know what? And it's, like, so weird, too. It's, like, it's just, my main qualm and quarrel with this whole entire propaganda shit is the fact that there's this whole big build-up to the wedding, and then there's the wedding, and then it's like a fucking ritual. It literally is, but like, it's a ritual, like, and then they have the honeymoon, and then that's it. They're stuck. Sit the fuck down, work for the rest of your life, be fucking quiet. Like, that's literally what it is, and then you have a kid, baby moon. Sit the fuck right back down. So, like, do y'all see what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, please, let me know if you see what I'm saying. And I'm not even trying to advocate for anything scary or anything. Like, I don't think that, like, if you don't want to be with someone, get a fucking divorce. Like, I'm not saying, like I really want to, I don't know, because the way that I'm kind of talking about this is, like, I feel like someone could come across this and be like, yeah, I don't like being fucking married. Like, okay, don't go to the extremes now. This isn't Viberia Meyer Bell. Just get a fucking divorce anyway. And it's like, and the fact that you have to pay so much money to get a divorce is like, what the fuck is that? That's not okay. You have to spend $1 billion gajillion on blood diamonds that were mined by people who were fucking slaves. And yes, some people get lab diamonds, but most people fucking do not. And then you have to pay $1 gajillion on a dress, on a venue, on food, on decide who you're gonna invite. Like, and then spend $1 billion gajillion on a honeymoon, and then the come down has gotta be fucking insane. And then the psychological impacts of the come down, and then like it's just, this, how am I trying to put this? Like the like the psychological impacts of the come down after basically being high, like the hormones, like genuinely being high minus the drugs, for months and years, even sometimes, like however long it takes to plan this, and then just being ripped like out, like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like that is fucking insane. Like I would not be surprised if the CIA made it this way. Like if it was like some kind of government fucking thing to make people trapped into the current system, you know what I mean, or the current way of doing things, because they're so wrapped up in marriage and all this other shit. Like that's not even real, low key. Like yes, marriage is important, the right to get married is important, but the fact that it costs so much, like it's like, can I know how to graph? Can I say a bad word? Okay. So you spend all this money and time, and then you're married. And then, okay. You see? All this money and time, married. Oh, all this money and time, honeymoon, depression, acid come down. And then if you want to be able to leave now, because now this is like the baseline, this is like you're stuck, low-key, like this is like you are now in a legal contractual obligation to be with this person. And then if you need a divorce, it's like you gotta climb this big ass hill to do so. Custody battles if you got kids, hella shit. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like it's like a psyop. Anyway, and look, that might just be because I have divorced parents, and that shit was fucking traumatic as fuck. And I've been like all throughout my life, like I've just like hearing both sides of their stories and ding. But like, bro, some about it just don't seem fucking right. Like I just gotta say it. I just gotta speak my tea on this because it doesn't. It just doesn't even seem right to me. Anyway, I scratched myself a little bit. I want to go to the gas station and get a Tony's chocolate bar. But I also kind of don't want to go to the gas station. And I still believe in that fairy tale shit. I still believe in all of that. But I feel like in order for it to be fairy tale-esque, it cannot exist. Fairy tale happily ever after cannot exist in tandem with acceptance of a mediocre slavery. Not even mediocre, of a slave society. You feel me? Like they just don't exist on the same plane of existence, like at all. And so whenever these people are getting married and then they just go off and just like act like shit is normal and like this is their like this is their Disney movie shit, and it's not. Like I want a partner. I want someone who can help me fix this shit, and then we have a beautiful house and lavender field outside of it, and linens blowing in the wind, and French vanilla lavender just blowing inside, and kids running around. Like, you feel me? Like, and knowing that it's safe everywhere, feeling that safe energy everywhere. What is this? What is this? Oh, they said and none of that make me Aphrodite shit. That song just popped into my head though. Because that's also low-key like marriage and divorce, basically. Like, at least the way that I've seen it, experienced it as a child, it's like that shit is wicked. Anyway, anyway, okay. Oh, this one. Anyway. Why? Anyway, but I also, wow! My dad's watching football right now. Okay,